Oh, you want it? Sorry, you want it? You're right with that? So hold it up. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Says he.
Eh?
It says he.
You're fine. Seriously. I have to be. I'm very looking forward. She was running around, jumping on people's lap. One woman wasn't paying attention. I thought she was going to be our next meeting.
Which one? Is it Jim who used to read the
Yeah, Ali. That's Ali's father. No, that's big problem. Start service without me. Set the tone.
set the tone, on the jacket. I was taking it just in case.
No, otherwise you're leaving the signal. It's so well trained. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Lovely. How wonderful to see so many wonderful, beautiful, amazing people in this church. Never forget that. You're amazing. Everything you overcome in life has created the person you are today. So be there.
Synchronicity.
Is that the address? Oh well, there we go. So I've done the address, so you're only getting half the fee now. So just enjoy that. As I always say, these services, you haven't come to see the people demonstrate on the platform. We here are working with everything that you bring into this church today, so thank you. You don't get paid for it, all right, but thank you nonetheless. Great delight. Thank you, Jamie, so much. We had a slight hiccup with our scheduled medium. As it turned out, probably driving up from Plymouth yesterday in that atrocious weather was not meant to be. So, Julianne, we hope you all are feeling better, and rest assured that actually I wouldn't have been comfortable with you driving all that way, and it was like November, wasn't it, yesterday? It was hideous. But anyway, look, the sun's shining, and we've got the lovely Jamie Williamson with us. And I will stop waffling now because I've just been running around like a mad thing, and sit down and hand over, thank you, Jamie, and hand over to Jamie for the opening blessing. Thank you, sir.
I'm going to say good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, really. Nearly, anyway. Hi, right. Would you like to join with me in prayer? But before we do, take this moment to close your eyes, take a breath, allow all the worries of the days up to here, leave your material things outside, allow yourself to feel the atmosphere that has already been created around us. The power of Spirit knows no bounds and is always available for us to use. And in this, I ask our Father God, the Great White Spirit, Mother God, the universe, whatever is your wish, how you address, what resonates with you, that we gather together once again in your name and in the realization that life is eternal. There is no death, only a transition in form and in substance. We ask that the energy here be used to create a sanctuary of light so that we may once again remove the barriers between our worlds and experience the joy of communion with spirits, our loved ones, our guides, and those who take us forward in life and support us and give us all that we need in this life. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jamie. And now, if you care to, please join in with saying the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thine will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And leave us not when in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you. And we now bring our thoughts, our hearts, our minds, our very intent into the art of healing. As we always say, healing is an ability that each and every one of us can manifest wherever and whenever we choose. Healing is an expression of love, and we are all capable of showing our love for our friends, for our families, for our animal friends, for the universe, for the environment, and especially for ourselves. So during this time, we invite you to send out those thoughts of love to wherever and whenever you so choose. And rest assured that through the intelligence of Spirit, that energy will be conveyed and will be utilised to the best that it can be. We also invite you during this part of the service to send out special thoughts for anybody that you know at this time may be suffering, and to bring their energies, to bring their presence into this service here today. All we ask is just raise your hand. When I point to you, simply call out their name. That is all that is required. The intelligence of the Spirit is infinite, unbound, and beyond our comprehension. But just rest assured that in and through doing that act, you involve those people in this service today to receive that healing energy. So enjoy these few minutes of quiet contemplation, of love, of meditation, and of sending healing. Thank you. Divine and infinite Spirit, that whom we call God, we thank you for this time of healing, this time of sharing our love, of expressing that divinity which resides in all things, in the purpose and the care of others, in this unselfish act. Amen. Before I introduce Jamie for his reading and philosophy today, I just need to remark on this, how beautiful. In that healing, our most senior member of the congregation was accompanied by the most junior member of our congregation. So how wonderful is that? And she's now sat there going, if he's talking about me, stop it, I'm feeling embarrassed. Good on you. Jamie, sir.
Hello again. I'm missing me prop. Nothing to lean on, so if it starts rattling, you'll know. What I've got to talk about today stems from a poem, and it's a short poem, and it's nice and straightforward, and to me it speaks volumes, so I'm hoping it does to you as well. And it's written by someone called Sri Chinmoy. If I cannot forgive myself for all the blunders that I have made over the years, then how can I proceed? How can I ever dream perfection dreams? Move I must forward, fly I must upwards, dive I must inward, to be once more what I truly am, and shall forever remain. Now it's short, but I think poignant. And what really resonates with me is this very strong feeling that the world that we live in is complex. Our lives are complex. There is very much that is mysterious that we don't understand. And yet within that complexity, there is simplicity. And the simplicity of the message that Spirit gives us constantly, repeatedly. And if we look at the principles of our movement, we know that in fact there are really only several things that we need to do. I like to think of our lives as very much a voyage of discovery or a pilgrimage. Despite the problems we have to remind ourselves that in fact we chose this life. We are here because we chose to be here. Within this time, this space, and with all the problems that we encounter, is what enriches our lives. It's our purpose. If we took sail in a ship and moved from port to port with no problems, life would be very boring. We would achieve nothing. We would learn nothing. It's only those obstacles that we encounter within ourselves and with those around us that creates the learning that we need. Our souls cry out for meaning, and the meaning in life is look inwards. We are the spirit that we've always been. We haven't changed. We simply have taken on another form, and we have to make the best of this life now, not wait for the next life. We are charged with the responsibility, and we talk a lot in our movement about personal responsibility, the responsibility to tackle those things that we encounter. And there are many instances in our lives where we feel the cards have been stacked against us, that we are no longer in control. But believe it or not, we are always in control of our fate. We always have choice. We always have the power. We may give our power away to other people, as we often do. But at the end of the day, we have our own power. We can empower ourselves so easily, and that's where the simplicity is. It's not in the complexity of a material world. It's within. The simplicity is within us. It was Jesus who reminded us thousands of years ago now that the kingdom of heaven is within us. In other words, What we are is within us. What we know is within us. Answers to everything we need in our lives is within. It's not out there in the world. We have that key. We have that possibility. We are no longer adrift when we realize that we are in control of our lives. We are our own agents. We are the captains of our own ships. We decide where we're going. And we often burden ourselves. So, again, when you look around throughout history, the Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, the Buddha, the Hindu scriptures all say the same thing. We are in charge of our destiny. The key is to look within, and you will hear the saying, the Greek over the Adelphi, over the door was the sign, know thyself. And it's one of the things that comes up time and time again, that our journey is about learning about ourselves, how we walk through this life, how we've tackled the things that we've done. We see so often when our families and friends come back, how they talk of the regrets that they have, the things they didn't do. And we regret more what we don't do than what we did do at the end of the day. So we have to learn to accept ourselves as we are. We are, yes, as the poem says, we make many blunders, we make many mistakes. But through making mistakes, we learn who we are, what we are. What we are here to do is very often resonant in what we are confronted with. The times that we see that it's not serendipity, that things don't happen to us by mistake. There is a plan. Our soul has a guiding plan. And when we access that connection to our higher selves, or soul, if you want to call it your soul, that's when we find our direction. We only find our direction by looking in. If we rely on other people to give us direction, we're giving away our power. So we have to learn to know ourselves. But the key to learning to know yourself is accepting yourself as you are, faults and all. We are all flawed. That's the very nature of our structure, if you like. If we were perfect, there would be no point being here. There are no perfect individuals. We all are flawed. And if you look at the masters that we use, they all talk about that. Going back again from Jesus, the Prophet Muhammad, they all talked about the fragility of human nature and what it was to be human and how we move forward. And one of the things they all talk about is forgiveness. Forgiving ourselves first. Before, if we do not love ourselves and forgive ourselves, how can we love and forgive other people? Very often one of the most difficult things in life is actually forgiving somebody else. I mean, I know from personal experience there are people in my life that I found it very difficult to forgive. But spirit being spirit, they keep coming back and they keep saying, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do. The message is simple. We have to learn to forgive others. We don't forgive them because they deserve it, but we forgive them because we need the peace. It's a burden that we carry. When we are in a state of not forgiving ourselves, that's a burden. If we forgive ourselves, accept ourselves, we let go of that burden. There are techniques used in shamanism and others where you actually write down what it is your burden, and you literally, physically let it go. Tie it to a balloon, let it go. Bury it, burn it, whatever. But the symbolism of letting go of what is your burden. That again is the burden of other people. If you don't let that burden go, it's ourselves that suffer. We are punishing ourselves. I think it was Buddha, I'm not sure, who said that not forgiving somebody else, it's gone. the business of letting go is simply that. And if we hold that burden, we hold that hate or that resentment, it's like taking a poison and expecting somebody else to suffer. It doesn't work. We have to let it go. I just want to leave you, before I finish, with a quote, again from the Buddha. And there's a whole series of them. If you look, I mean, within the prayer that we have just said, what does it say? Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. It's there. The message is simple. Let go. Let go of your own pain and let go of the pain that comes from it. The Buddha, this one I like very much. Forgive others not because they deserve forgiveness, but because we deserve peace. And the other one, St. Francis of Assisi's prayer, which one I like very much, talks about in pardoning others, we pardon ourselves. It's the same message, and it's there in many forms, but it is the same message, and it's a simple message. We have to learn what is our baggage and let it go, because that's all it is baggage. And if anyone knows about the story of the Pilgrim's Progress, Christian was the pilgrim, and there is very much this idea of him carrying a large weight around with him. It stopped him moving forward, and that's what it's about. We can't move forward if we're constantly looking back at the burdens we've got, at our lives. We all have experienced people who have hurt us, injured us, if you like, and damaged us for life in some respects. But you need to work on yourself to find out where those blocks are to move forward, and then learn to let them go. It's not easy, and I'm still working on mine, as I'm sure anybody that's ever done the work knows. It's not easy. It keeps coming back, and which is why there's one person in spirit who keeps coming back to remind me I've got work to do. And that is the message. We need to look within to find our purpose, to find what blocks us. And taking that time to do that pays dividends. Even if you cannot correct the past, you can leave it behind and move forward. So I just like to leave those thoughts with you, that we are the master of our fate. We are the captain of our ship. We are the agent of our own destiny, and it's important that we don't blame others for our problems. We take responsibility for them. And again, that comes time and time again within the messages we see. We see people come back time and time again who want forgiveness, who want reconciliation, and we reject them. As a medium, it's happened to me many times. You know there's somebody with you, and you know what they want to say, but they're not allowed to say it because people are not ready, which is fine. But it's something you have to bear in mind. Very often the people that come through spirit aren't the ones we expect. They are the ones that need to speak to us. They see the burden we carry, and they want to relieve us of that burden. And in forgiving them is part of the process. It's as it says, it's not because they deserve it. It's because we deserve to be released from it, to be in peace. I leave those thoughts with you. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, Jamie. Absolutely wonderful. I know you won't mind me sharing this. Jamie is one of these very rare mediums that is on this continual pathway of evolution in their work. So today we didn't have notes, we didn't have structure, we trusted, and that was great. That was so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We move on to our piece of music now, and during which the collection will be taken for the further works of this your church. If you wish to sing along, please do, tap your feet, just enjoy this time of music. Thank you.
my breath. It's a heavy weight upon my chest as I lie awake and wonder what the future will hold. Help me to remember that you're in control. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. I will lift my eyes, I will lift my cares, lay them in your hands, I'll leave them there. When the wind and waves are coming, you shelter me. Even though I'm in the storm is not in me. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. I will fear no more. I will fear no more. No power can come against me, 'cause you have overcome. No darkness can overwhelm me, 'cause you've already won. No power can come against me, 'cause you have overcome. No darkness can overwhelm me, 'cause you've already won. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. 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 I will fear no more.
You gotta love the synchronicity of all these things. Those of you who follow me on Facebook would have seen the little thing that I was prompted to put out this morning. Jamie's address today, the music. Do you know what? That's a message. Yeah, our personal messages are so beautiful. But listen for the message within the whole event. I will fear no more. Even though I am in the storm is not in me. It's a very simple message for everybody today, and it's beautiful. Thank you. Before I hand over to Jamie for the evidential mediumship part of the service, as we always remind you, this is a three-way conversation. Why are you all laughing?
You know what's coming.
They know what's coming. People across the world know what's coming. This is a three-way conversation, and it requires you to be engaged and part of that. Seriously, it does. You know, we're all here. We've all lost somebody. There's always that gap in our lives where we give our eye teeth to fill once more. Well, this is that time. In and through the communication relayed by our medium today, this is that time to just touch base again, to know that those who are no longer in our physical life are there in our spiritual life, watching us, guarding us, guiding us, and most importantly, loving us. So, to be part of that conversation requires a response, does it not?
Yes.
So, I'm getting too old for this. So we're like a nice clear response. Use those God-given voices you've been given. So respond with a
Yes. No. Maybe.
cracker. Live up to that, mate. Oh, look at that, the jacket's coming off. Hey, we mean business. Yay!
It's warm. Okay. Who do I have with me? Now I know I have a lady with me. And I think I want to be with you. As she comes forward, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of love, and there's this serenity, there's this, how can I put it? There's this feeling that life is calm.
Yeah.
This lady in your life would have been someone that you went to for advice.
Yeah.
She had this very calm nature.
Yeah.
And life was something that you worked through. Her philosophy was very much about take life as it comes.
Yeah.
The more you expect, the more disappointment you will have. So she was very wise in a sense, and very calm, and she had this wonderful calming energy that I can feel. And that energy extends to you in the sense that she was very influential in your life.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if this is grandmother or mother. Grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay. On your father's side?
Mum's side.
Mum's side. Okay, what am I getting? Why am I getting? She comes with a lot of peace. There's very much a sense of a crossroads with you.
Yeah.
And there's a left, and there's a right, and there's a straight on.
Mm-hmm.
But straight on is challenging.
Yeah.
And she said, I taught you well to look at your strengths
Yeah.
and to face those problems face on.
Yeah.
And in a gentle way, not in an aggressive way, but in a sense that everything within you is there to take you forward.
Yeah.
You've done the work, you've paid the price, done your apprenticeship,
Yeah.
and you can move forward in confidence that whatever comes up, you are prepared to meet it. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
There's someone, I'm seeing a candle. Someone lights a candle.
Yeah. I've been doing that quite a lot recently.
Yeah, that for a candle in, and there is a prayer being said as the candle is lit. And this is very much a ritual that you've got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a celebration close by coming up. Okay? Yeah, you got that. Where are we going with this now? She's saying your future is straight, because there's a straight road ahead. There will be detours, inevitably.
Really?
Really, yeah, exactly. She reminds me of the fisher of men. Does that mean something to you?
No.
Why is she giving me that fisher of men? That there are other people that need to come with you.
Yeah.
This is very much this biblical reference, which is very much her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in her life, she would have had that as she could find a space to put any biblical reference in, and it had relevance, and it was the point. So she's saying there are people you need to take with you,
Right.
and she's got this beautiful, giving me this beautiful scene of literally throwing out a net,
Yeah.
and seeing what comes back. And that's what you need to do.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Throughout the net, in other words, the fisher of men, the answers will come. The people that you need to take this project forward will be there.
Yeah.
You might have to sell it to a few, she says. You keep something under your pillow. She's showing me a pillow, and there's very much this feeling that there's something underneath it. There's something about a pillow and something under it, and it's a religious reference. So it's either you or somebody sleeps on.
I thought we got Chris underneath there.
Yeah, because she's got
Yeah.
this is your clearing. Yeah, because I said clear crystal,
Yeah.
a quartz.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she will take that sorry, she's getting excited. The candle and the crystal sums you up, she said. You move forward in strength, the crystal, and in hope, the candle.
Yeah.
And like her, you have this reference
Yeah.
of a solid understanding of what life is really about. And you've had to work that out yourself.
Yeah.
It's not been given to you, you had to work through it.
Yeah.
As very much what I was talking about in the address is, yeah. She says, keep going, the path is clear. Yeah, I think that's all she wants to say.
Thank you.
If I leave this wonderful energy with you that she has, this calmness, which I know you feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Do.
Bless you, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see what else. This wonderful person with me. Literally jumping up and down, saying, me, 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 me. So this is a very insistent, a very energetic person. And I'm not getting what, where are we? It's a lady. Not very old in years. Certainly with the energy she's got, she comes forward with very much this me, 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 my turn, let me. She's very insistent. So where are we with you? She's showing me a huge sunflower. Now this is significant. Someone has got a resonance with sunflowers, either has sunflowers growing in the garden, or there is a connection with sunflowers, this lady. Does anything make any sense? Does this make sense to anybody? Possibly two, possibly three? Four? Oh, this should be fun. Enjoy, exactly. The sunflowers in a vase, all by itself. That mean anything? No. So that's one lady's out. The other people? Yes, no, no, no. Just one huge sunflower in a vase. No, that's it. This is something.
I was given one yesterday.
Sorry?
I was given one yesterday.
Just one.
Yeah.
In a vase?
Yeah.
Right. And this energetic person makes sense to you?
Thinking about that at the moment.
Yeah, I need to get more on that, don't I? What about the others?
Well, for me, it's a friend who's nuts on sunflowers, but she's still alive.
Yeah, this is one. The one in a vase is very significant. I'm drawn very much to the lady here because of that, as much as anything, of the energy that comes with it. This is not a relative; it's a friend. Someone you would have known some years back, who was very passionate about flowers. Does that make sense? Keep listening, those, in case I'm very passionate about flowers. She would even paint them. Sunflowers, I'm talking about. That makes sense? Yeah, I've got a painting of a sunflower, and I've got, is it Gauguin's or one of those, it's the famous one. That's in the background, that she would have had that as well. You know that?
I'm pretty sure, but not 100%, but pretty sure.
Yeah, very much. Sunflowers was her thing. Sunflower yellow was her thing as well. And she would paint things yellow. It's a very sunny colour, which is very much her personality. It was very sunny. And she was energetic, and she was enthusiastic, and she would move forward with lots of projects. Keep things, one thing is sort of, she couldn't settle on one thing, she would be moving around. So there's very much this energy of almost to the point of being too energetic at times, because she would meet herself coming the other way. That makes sense. So this is a friend that you'd know, yes?
Yep.
Everyone else? No, fine, good. I've got the name Claudia being called. Does that resonate with you in any way? Claudia. There's a connection here with that name.
You've got two people bouncing about.
Claude.
So tell them to behave themselves.
Claudia.
Claudia. What about the sunflower connection?
Yeah, she's a painter as well.
Painted. Would she have painted sunflowers? We've got two people with sunflower paintings, yes? And Claudia fits? No, I love it when it does this. No, I don't know where to go now.
Don't give it to them, give it back to Spirit.
Got my mentor here. Poetry. Both either of these people have also been into poetry.
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of? Don't think so. There's a lady at the back with the poetry and the sunflower and the energetic painting.
She used to paint flowers or paint.
Paint sunflowers in particular. No, shove. Yes, how I give you some. Hold on, I've got to go back here.
Yeah.
What about the poetry? Definitely the poetry, painting and poetry. And was very much an avid collector of bits and pieces. Yeah, I think I'm
You're there.
shout loud because I'm as deaf as a post sometimes. It's this eclectic nature that she had. In other words, bits and pieces. And very much that was expressed in the way she dressed as well. She had this, she would mix and match, we would say, yeah. But she's quite energetic. And again, very often too energetic to keep up with. Yeah. And I'm seeing this studio, or it's a room certainly, where there's unfinished paintings being done, and she goes from one project to another and doesn't always finish the projects. Yeah. Oh, and embroidery. Yeah, she didn't give me the embroidery. Okay. That's the message. Which I love when they do that. The message is very much, there is this going on in your life at the moment as well. Yeah, they sort of, I'll start that, oh no, I'll go over here, and I'll start that, oh no, I better go, and this feeling of being all over the place. And and he's very much, do as I tell you, not as I did. And she's just saying, stick with one. You are spreading yourself too thin and achieving, her words, not mine, achieving nothing. You need she says she very much would tell you what she thought. Yes, yeah. You need, she's saying, to stick with one project. See it to completion. And that then becomes the foundation of other work. Does that make sense? Yeah, good. Because it's very much this sense of until you've got the foundation in place, you can't build the other bits. And you've been trying to say, well, I'll do that bit, and it just doesn't come together. All right, good. Be there in the end, I'm glad to say. She said, I could be level-headed. And she wants you to, once you've got the foundation, take time in choosing the next step. Because there were things you will learn from that foundation that you wouldn't have learnt any other way. Does that make sense? Good. And it, again, looks good. And you'll have this sense of, yeah, I know where I'm going now. This is what I needed to do, and this is what she is instilling in me, is to give you that advice, if you like, because she liked giving advice. There is so much here that she'd love to talk about. The discussions that you had and the fun that you had. She said, I'm still there, I'm still here, having fun, and you should see the size of the sunflowers, she said. I'll leave her enthusiasm with you and her regard, because she comes with a lot of energy and love. Thank you for working with me. The energy, you think you're nervous, but you're not. It's the energy. Now, I do have a gentleman. I know I have a gentleman. And he is very much someone who you would have not thought, how can I put it, would have not thought he was as he was. He was somebody that in public, he was very staid, very calm, very methodical in the way that he presented himself. But once you got to know him, there was a sense of humour that seemed almost childlike. That's what I'm getting. Again, this isn't, I'm very much the sense of it's not a family member, it's a friend, someone, an acquaintance that somebody would have got to know. Give me some more. Yeah, there's very much this sense of a uniform. I'm seeing dark uniform. And the uniform takes me back quite a way. So we've got, and I'm going to pin my money on it being a policeman, because I can just vaguely see a policeman's hat. And he was quite an enigma in the sense of there was this very much this professional approach, but privately he was completely the opposite. Completely the opposite. There aren't many policemen in people's lives. So Ted, I know, yeah. Anything you can't take. That was always dangerous saying that, I think.
Yeah, hang on, I'd just like to invite the negativity about my mediumship. Yes, sir, you can take a policeman. Wonderful.
A policeman? Yes. Definitely policeman, yeah. No, I've changed my mind. It's not, this is a father figure. Very much a father figure. It was a father, both, yep. So, but he was like a friend in the way that he came across. Yes, yes. So that's where that comes from. That's good. The helmet that I can see dates back to the 60s or the 50s. Again, yes. It's the one that looks very much like a firefighter's helmet with the ridgy bit at the top. How you go?
But he never wore a helmet, he wore a cap.
Ah, well, this chap wore a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bear with me, Ted. Delighted in not, well, yeah, it is party games in a sense. They're very much this party feel about him, and he would, when you were younger, there would have been, he would play games and he would play tricks. There was very much the trickster in that he had this very childlike sense of humour. That makes sense?
I don't know.
Not know about that, Ted?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Oh, right. I've got whoopee cushions and all sorts going on.
It's good playing game.
Yeah, it's very, very much. You go to. You would go to. What do they call them? The toy shop. The shop
Joke
where you'd
shop.
get. I've forgotten what it's called now.
Joke shop.
Joke shop. That's the word I want. Would get things from a joke shop, and would do that. That fit? No, I think I'm with you then, Ted. Better keep listening. Could all go wrong.
Could all go right.
Could all go right. Yeah. Told off. Yeah, so there's this jokey person that delighted in jokes, and they bought jokes, made jokes, would tell jokes, would play jokes on people, which was the complete contrast to his professional life, if you like.
Absolutely.
And the relationship to the point that your mother, yeah, would despair because he wasn't the role model she thought he should be. Because there's this wonderful childlike sense that he really wanted to just make life as much fun as possible, and he did. So that you were on equal. It was not. You were never talked down to. It was always on equal levels. So there's a great friendship, there's a great love, and there's a great sense of life is to be enjoyed, which stood you in good stead, because you could always see the funny side of things, which got you into trouble, he says. He would call you son, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm hearing him saying son. This is serious now, he's getting serious. He says, your time is not now. Now, there's more for you to do. And there's no use wishing it away, because you have things you've still got to achieve. And it's nothing to do with age, he says. You still sit quietly sometimes and remember those times. Yeah. And he draws close, as you know. And you often think about the individual things that would have happened and the jokes that he played. And he still moves things around in your flat.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm seeing things being juggled around with. You also do magic tricks as well.
Not me.
No, the father.
Not really.
Because I'm seeing things disappearing and reappearing. So this is talking about within the house.
Within the house.
Yeah, well, the flat, sorry. So his message to you is simply that. You're doing okay. You're moving forward, even more than you think you can. You are moving forward. And he just wants to leave his love with you. And watch out for the tricks. Leave you with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jamie.
Oh, it's time.
It is. It's time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody.
Just got a slight change to the ending of the service, so all will become apparent. Jamie, if I could ask you for the closing blessing,
I
please,
will,
sir.
certainly.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just get my... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just draw close as we do to the spirit world. Join me in prayer. As we give thanks, I ask that the blessing that this service provides and these people who create this energy that we can use to lift our spirits, to lift the spirits of those around us, and to send the healing to all those in need that we encounter on our way. I ask a blessing to be placed on everyone here to keep them safe, sound, and in good spirits over the coming days. I'd like to thank God for the opportunity we have to know the universe. I thank our guides, our loved ones who come close to support us. And I leave you in that peace that we have found. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jamie. And before we leave, we just have a few notices for the week. Tomorrow evening at 7:15, we have our healing evening open to everybody. Remind the church healers, if you're here for 6:45, please, to sit in circle. And doors are open from 7:15 for those wishing to receive healing. On Wednesday night, the second Wednesday of each month, we offer a demonstration of evidential mediumship. This month we have Carla Hain with us from Weymouth. Next Sunday, 11 o'clock, our service is taken by Paul Brereton, new to our platform here at Paul. He's currently living in Glastonbury and regularly works abroad in Germany. So we're looking forward to seeing Paul's work next week. And he's also taking private sittings after the service from 12:30. Saturday the 19th, we have an evidential medium workshop with Minister Kim Moore-Cullen, who is with us for the weekend. So she will also be taking the Sunday service on Sunday the 20th. Bank Holiday Sunday the 27th, we are having a fundraiser day. Most of us are local to Poole, and I'm sure we're probably all aware of the fantastic work that Roots to Roots does for our homeless community. Absolutely amazing place down Poole High Street. They offer all sorts of services and facilities. And yeah, it's just brilliant what they do. So we're going to raise some funds for them. So we'll have our divine service at 11 o'clock, taken by Mark Stone. Afterwards, we're going to have a barbecue, because it's going to be sunny, isn't it?
Yes.
Bit more conviction.
Yes.
There you go. So we're going to have a barbecue afterwards. You're invited to bring along a dish, coleslaw, salads, etc., whatever you want to bring. On the notice board out in the hall, you will see there's a wonderful piece of stained glass that the lovely Sarah Jane has made for us. So we're going to do a raffle for that. Tickets are on sale for that at the moment. They are £1 a ticket. So yeah, it's going to be, and yeah, we can have a bit of fun as well. There's a couple of other things. We have a budding artist today. Do we not? Can I come and get your artwork? Yeah? Young lady's first visit to us, and she's been an absolute little star. She's joined in with the healing and just sat there and produced this. Yay! Well done, you. You don't get anything, it's just that, all right? But also, we have a birthday today. we have a lovely lady who's become very dear to so many of us in the church, and we love you to bits, June. Happy birthday. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear June. Happy birthday to you. Didn't expect that, did you? Yay. Thank you, darling. Thank you all for attending today. Thank you for building this beautiful community in this church. It means so much when we come into this church and everybody's having a chat, they have a natter, they know people, they feel welcome, they feel comfortable. It's amazing. And you have created that. So well done, you. Thank you. Go out, enjoy the day. There's a great Indian festival on in Poole Park today, if anybody's not aware. And the music is banging. It's wonderful. And the food is stunning. So if anybody wants me, I'll be over there. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. Everybody, thank you so much for being here today and making today what it was. Thank you.